my Instagram, live in the room. Um, I've been financial, or at least the start of my financial literacy journey was 2002. On parole, I got started at a mortgage company. And one of the first things they taught me on parole at the mortgage company was how to fix credit and build credit. I pulled my credit score as a 22-year-old, three-time felon, loan officer, and I saw I had a 620 credit score. I had a cable bill I didn't pay. I had a old Sprint bill I didn't pay in the hood. But other than that, my credit was good. But I had not built it up. And so I learned about credit repair and building it up. And fast forward now, what's this, 20 years later, 21 years later? So that's my first introduction to financial literacy, credit building, and all that. But I've literally had millions of dollars of mortgages, loans, bank funding, all that my name. And I just want to give you all, I wasn't going to write on the whiteboard. I ain't even do my whiteboard. Bump that. It's all about, listen, I need y'all to get into, it's so powerful. We're going to skip over me. I just want to give y'all this little bit of motivation and mindset around credit. The man before you has seen tens of millions of dollars in real life. I've also been starting my journey building my credit. First time ever pulling it, 22 years old. I'm now 767. I don't even know. I don't even care about credit. That's my mindset about credit. Except how I could use it when I could use it for what I need it for. I'm not emotionally attached to credit. Credit is only a paper game made up by some richer folks than us as a way that they can leverage the banks in this made up paper game to build more wealth without using their money. It's made up. What the hell is credit? Who made that up and when? It's a facade. But it allows the wealthier to get wealthy, but it scares working class, middle class, and those from underserved communities because you get emotionally tied to it. You get ego tied to it. Oh, I got a 700 credit score, but you broke. What's the point of having a 700 credit score when you ain't got 700,000 in the bank? You're not leveraged. You're going to die with a good credit score. Your kids going to be broke too. They can't inherit your credit score. Not when you're dead. They can inherit your credit score while you're living as authorized users. So credit is all mental. I'm not emotionally tied to it. It's all strategic. And I'm going to give you two principles. And we're going to start with King Energy. It's going to give us the financial literacy program on multi-million dollar. I just couldn't fit multi in the descriptions. This is multi-million dollar credit and business funding game. I swear to you. Now, mind you, I also sit before you as somebody that tore his credit up and filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy. And bounced back from Chapter 7 and back into 700. I was in a 700 club, followed Chapter 7, and back in the 700 club. I'm 777 on your ass. So I'm talking from experience about how I feel about credit. I was 26 years old with $3-4 million of mortgages in my personal name. So I've been doing this. So, two simple rules about credit I'm going to leave you with when we start our thing. One is, everybody write this down. You might already heard me say it, but it's my philosophy. It's the truth. All credit, not some credit, not half a credit, but all credit can be rebuilt, restored, repaired, and recycled. What's recycled mean?
Reused.
Reused. Used again. All credit.
And increased.
No matter if you got 10 felonies, you came home from a murder, you got Chapter 7, Chapter 13, judgments, whatever. Child support, you a veteran. It don't matter your background, but all credit can be rebuilt, restored, repaired, and recycled. So you can burn that thing up and use it again. Now, you don't want to burn it up bad, I'm saying. I'm just letting you know that you don't have to be so emotionally tied to credit. You will be credit responsible, of course.
Definitely.
But
you don't want to mess with the plug.
You don't want to mess with the plug. You don't want to burn your connections. You don't want to burn the banks. You don't want to be red flagged. My point is that all credit can be rebuilt, restored, repaired, cycle. Okay, cool. That's my first rule. My second rule is that credit is not linear. It's not. It is not unilateral. It's not solo dolo. It's just not your personal credit. It's your personal credit. It's your family credit. It's your business credit you can leverage, but also everybody in this room, credit partners.
Group economics.
That's group economics. My philosophy is repairing and rebuilding, uplifting our community through group economics, how we work together. And we can do that using TBM. Everybody write down TBM. Not OPM, but TBM. What's TBM mean? The bank's money.
Yeah, the bank's money.
Okay.
Money, the bank's money.
The bank's money. TBM. Not OPM, the TBM, the bank's money.
That's right.
The ones that's already leveraging up. Silicon Valley Bank just closed down on billions of dollars. But the banks do what they want to do. They play this game at a whole different level. Because they know credit don't mean nothing. They get credit. Billions of credit. And give themselves bonuses and close the bank down and do it all over again. So, personal credit, family credit. My 23-year-old daughter is in the high 7 club, but she's been like that since her 16, 17 years old. My wife, the people around you, your family. If they all have strong credit, your credit might be being built or repaired or restored right now. That don't mean that your cousin, your mother, your brother, their credit can't be in position. Or your business credit. So you have personal credit, family credit, business credit, and then you have strategic credit partners.
Yeah.
So once you understand this game we about to get, I don't know what happened, Jay, what happened?
You just click the button.
Okay.
It'll come
Oh, I
back.
messed up again.
Yeah,
You got it back?
You
All right. So once you understand this game we about to get, I want y'all to understand from a perspective. Don't just think about yourself. Think that if I could multiply this game and learn this game and embrace what we're giving you guys an opportunity for mentorship and coaching and other, because live information, you can know it all in one night. But we'll give you an opportunity to soak up as much as you can. But know that you can use this personally. You can help build your family up so that they in position and y'all can work together. You could build your business up for business credit, and not just one business, but businesses. 7 LLCs, all with credit and all getting funding. And then you can do it also with partners. But then you got your partners and your partners' families and your partners' businesses, right? And this thing gets real deep. You can get a lot of wealth off the bank's money. So with that, my dissertation is done. I'm Jay Morrison. I'm just the plug to the plug. And I want to introduce you guys to a brother of mine, a friend of mine, someone that has come up in some degree inspired by what I've been able to, what I was called to do for our community. He has his own calling and walk into the community, and has graciously and selflessly said, King Jay, whatever you want to do. Every time I call him, whatever you want to do. Hey, King, whatever you want to do. And he be meaning it. And so I said, okay, that's what I want to do. 7 to 9 on Wednesday, pull up. All right, so this is going to be our FLP, Financial Literacy Program Credit class. I want to pass you all, and I want you all to clap for real. So put your pens and phones down, because what he about to give.
Y'all can hold the claps after the fact.
No. Because I want them, because there's energy. I want them to give you energy. You're going to reciprocate back that energy, and they're going to give it back to you when you're done. All right, so everybody give it up for King Energy in the building. It's your floor, it's your show. Go with it.
I'm pretty much laid back. I've been up since 3, y'all, making sure I put as much information into this program as possible because, first of all, I want to thank JB for having me. I've been watching him since 2009, like corner classes, all of that. So I'm just, for everything to come full circle, it's a blessing for me to even be here in front of this platform and to be able to, give out this information to you guys. And so, to everybody who is here in person, you guys, make sure y'all taking notes. Everybody on live, hope you're screenshotting because the information I'm finna give out during the this course is going to be very, very powerful, right? So I don't like to kind of waste no time. We just get to it. We got a lot of stuff to go over. So financial literacy program, a little bit about me. My name's Energy. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised. I've been dealing with credit for over 15 years. I have personally been able to acquire with multiple partners, myself, and a conglomerate of people, millions of dollars in access to credit, and actually seeing what happens when you utilize it the right way. And it exponentially turns your income to a whole nother stature, right? So we're gonna get right into it. Jada, I'm gonna go to the next slide. You good?
Okay.
So this is what we're gonna cover, y'all. We're gonna go through credit repair education. On the credit repair education piece, we're gonna talk about the credit profiles. We're gonna go over the credit bureaus. We're gonna go over the secondary credit reporting agencies. We're gonna go over some really important laws because I really want you guys to understand that repairing your credit the laws are very important to getting things removed, right? Because first of all, before I even get into like a whole tangent and go on, I want y'all to understand all of this stuff is a video game, right? It's really literally a video game. Like I will leave you guys on live, and the people here, I want y'all to have a thought. How could you ever be in debt if America is in trillions of dollars worth of debt? So where is the money coming from the originator, which you are the original creditor, to say you owe them anything, right? And the laws, they're really set in our favor. We just got to understand how to utilize them when we're coming across certain circumstances. We're also going to cover how to delete things with the system. We're going to cover some dispute letters. And we're going to talk about some online disputes where you can actually use some of these government sites that you can, instead of having just send out letters, you can actually go directly to certain government sites where they allow you to remove certain things. And we're going to go over a couple of strategies as well. Then we're going to go over to building your personal credit. We're going to talk about the trade lines you should apply for, what banks you need to get approved for, the kind of credit mix that you need, and some really, really important resources, right? Then we're going to move on to applying for personal credit. We're going to talk about the type of credit cards you need and how to apply for these particular banks. And we're going to go over to building a business credit. We're going to talk about how to set up your business the correct way. We're going to talk about building business credit, and we're going to talk about the deposits, which is the most important thing in any bank. Every bank wants you to deposit money into the bank so they can loan it out, right? I'm not sure if you guys are aware of fractional reserve banking, but pretty much the banks you give the bank some money, they loan out 10 times, right? And at the end of the course, I'm going to show you guys this site that actually shows you what they're doing with the money, because every bank have to publicly disclose most of their information as far as their financials, especially if they're FDIC insured. Then we're going to go over the business funding, and we're going to go over the type of business credit, how to apply for business credit, and we're going to go over some really, really good resources, all right? So, y'all ready? Let's get it. So we're going to go to the next slide. All right, so of course y'all know the big three. We got Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. These companies do not work for the government. They are businesses. They are LLCs, well, they're corporations. So which means they're not regulated by the government. They don't necessarily, they don't work for the government, but they do have to follow all the government regulated rules that they set forth because they are financial institutions. The government looks at the credit unions as financial institutions because they give out banking information, right? So, and law says this, right? It's a couple of different acts that was passed that Congress actually, like certain companies would sue these particular companies because they was fraudulently disclosing our personal information, because our personal information cannot be made public unless we give the authorization. So you guys heard the big three. We're gonna keep moving. Yeah. This one. Yep. All right. Yep. So this one. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So now we're gonna talk about accessing your credit, right? So it is totally free to access your credit. You don't have to sign up for Experian and pay these fees. You don't have to. You can do these things. Go to the next slide. And this is what I recommend everybody do, because you want to make sure you have as much access to witness, paying attention to the things on your profile. So you can go to Credit Karma, which is free. They show your TransUnion and Equifax report. But most importantly, you do want to have an account with TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. They are all free. You don't have to sign up for all three of them, but they do, especially since COVID, they have to show you your credit like every day if you want to, so every 7 days or something like that. But it's totally free, right? Also, some banks like Navy, Federal, and most big institutions, they also have a credit monitoring piece attached to your bank account, right? Because they want you to know where you're at. So always be cognizant of the type, what your credit score is. And scores are not as important as profile, but I'm just saying scores because I want you to know that they are monitoring your credit all the time, which is without authorization illegal, but we'll get into that later. Let's keep moving to the next slide. Now we're gonna talk about how credit repair works. Credit scores, like I said previously, they are not as important as your credit profile. Let me give you an example. So say for instance, if you have one credit card Let's say a Capital One, you just starting out, and your score pops up to be a 700 because you haven't used it, but you can't go buy a house with that. So what matters more, your score or your profile? The profile. There you go. So we're going to talk about everything that your credit profile consists of. It's your payment history, your debt usage, the age of accounts, and the inquiries. That's how many times you apply for credit over a 2-year period. And also you want to make sure that you don't have derogatory marks like charge-offs, late payments, negative closed accounts, bankruptcies, negative public records, foreclosures, repossessions. All of those things have a very, very strong impact on your credit profile. Go to the next slide. All right, now let's talk about analyzing your credit report. You want to analyze your credit report thoroughly. Like, I was dealing with a client, I think the other day, and she said she didn't know. She actually looked at her credit. She said, my credit's not that bad. I only got a couple of, collections on my account. But I said, you know what? Let me thoroughly analyze your credit report, because what you are missing is you don't understand if you had closed accounts with late payments, that is going to definitely affect you getting approved. You cannot have any late payments, and that's a really, really big thing on your credit profile, because banks want to see that you're paying on time, past, future, and present. All right? So we're going to go to the next step. All right? I'm going to say this again. I emphasize this a lot. You need to make sure you are analyzing your credit thoroughly. Understand everything is on it. We're going to get a little bit deeper into like the credit mixtures and all of those things, but make sure that you're analyzing your credit thoroughly. Go to the next slide. All right. So now we're going to talk about what you need to look for on your credit report. You need to look for information that is inaccurate, such as old jobs, inaccurate spellings on your name. I don't know if y'all ever pulled up your credit report and you say you have your real name and it says also known as or nickname or whatever. That's illegal. That person doesn't exist. That's inaccurate information. You need to make sure that the address is correct. It needs to be current to what's on your driver's license. Very, very important. Example, if you have old credit or bad collections from let's say a Capital One car and it was like 5 years ago and you don't even stay at the location again. You need to update your information, because you as the consumer have the right to tell the consumer report agencies what you want to report on your credit report. It's very important. So if you update your credit report and the old address is not there, where the old collection was at, and you dispute it, everything on your credit report has to be 100% accurate. The contract that you signed with that old Capital One account is not accurate because you don't stay there anymore. You know, I hope you guys caught that. Follow me? Okay.
All right. So, Ken, real quick, when you say you have an AKA or a different name on there,
Right.
When we talk to these agencies, we're having update to our current only name?
Correct. Like I said, when you're actually analyzing your whole credit profile, you want to make sure that you are thoroughly looking at everything that is matching with what you have on your person. If it doesn't match what's on your person, on your ID, on your driver's license, you need to make sure it's removed from not just the three big ones, TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. We're going to get into the secondary viewers as well, because this is an even more important thing that you need to be mindful of. Anytime you're trying to apply for any credit, if you have a lot of different addresses that you're associated with, then the bank is going to be scared that you're going to run off, because they don't know where to find you. You know what I'm saying? He stayed here, he stayed there. That's why.
If you ever really.
Exactly. So it's just like I know I like Jay's analogies. It's like some in the streets, the plug want to know where you stay. If you don't know where you stay, he don't want to give you nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing as the bank. They're a bank. They're lending out money. They're loan sharks in a sense. They just don't have no muscle other than put stuff on your credit report. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Right. All right. So definitely, that's very, very important. A lot of people can get a lot of things removed by just making sure that their personal information is 100% accurate to the date. right? And we're gonna get into some more advanced strategies as far as getting things off your credit report by utilizing the advantage of you having control over your name and what you wanted to be and where you stay. We'll get into that.
So Ella, go to the next slide. Everybody in the room and online, write this down. 404 737 5751. That's 404 737 5751. And text the word funding to that number if you want more follow-up credit repair, business funding services by the time we get done today. But I want to remind y'all, if you hearing all this information, you're like, well, I want to do it myself, I don't want to do it myself, can y'all help me do it? That's the number you're going to text funding to for further support when we're done here today.
Could you repeat that number one more time?
Yes, sir, and I'll do it all throughout the presentation. But 404 737 5751. And you'll text the word funding to that number, 404 737 5751. And you're going to text funding.
Anybody got an extra pen?
Oh, you got to come with the pen, Ken. You got
Man, I
to
know,
come
I'm
with the
looking
pen.
for it. I had to just.
Somebody got you. Somebody got you. Group economics. Somebody got the pen. Go ahead, Ken.
All right, cool. So we're gonna go to the next slide. I hope y'all screenshotting everything because it's going to get more intense as I go on. I promise you. We're just going over preliminary things, but follow. The next slide we're gonna go over. Like I said, the personal information should be identical with all the credit bureaus, such as your name, address, date of birth, job information, telephone information. All of these things need to be up to date. If you don't want your job information on there, you don't have to put it. If you don't want your telephone information on there, you don't have to put it. All right? Just follow. Because what they do is they use your jobs to verify if you owe this debt, because it's on the application. So you need to just kind of be mindful of what's on your report at all times. All right, now we're going to go over the secondary bureaus. Now, I know a lot of people know about, you got your Sage Streams, you got your Innovis, LexisNexis, and CoreLogic. These are the secondary bureaus. So what happens is the big three, they look to these secondary bureaus that house all of your information instead of having to contact directly to AT&T or Comcast or whatever's on your credit report. They use these secondary credit agencies to actually validate if it is valid, right? I'm gonna give you guys another caveat to that as well. If you didn't give them authorization to pull your personal information, then they are not only fraudulent, but it's also against the law, and they can be sued. We'll get into that a little bit more. I'm also gonna give you guys a couple more credit bureaus, secondary bureaus that you guys can check out as well to make sure you're freezing these credit bureaus. You need to call them. Most of them you can do it online now, or sometimes you have to send in a letter. But most of the time you can just do it online. But you also got Microbill, that's another one. You got ARS, and that's another one. So we gave you guys two more additional ones you guys might not be aware of, but they're actually adding more. Right, they're housing more information. They're using a lot of this AI to gather more data, so they can find you or validate you or validate whatever kind of things that you were doing as a consumer in the banking world or just in general. Go to the next slide. Make sure y'all screenshot this. It has addresses, telephone numbers, links. Make sure you screenshot. All right, now we're going to go into the FCRA, which is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. The rules and regulations. We're going to talk about a couple of the basic rights of this government regulated entity. So the basic rights, the FCRA provides a list of consumer rights regarding individuals' credit history and information. Under the FCRA, you have the right to access your credit report. The act requires credit report agencies to provide you with information in your credit profile upon request once a year. Now you can do it since COVID. They let you do it probably once a week or anytime you ask for it right now since COVID. Because ever since COVID happened, they realized that a lot of things was out of whack because a lot of people wasn't working. So the systems are not all the way back together, and they understand that there's going to be a lot of misinformation being communicated with these different agencies and creditors or collectors. It's protected asset access. The act limits access to your file to those with a valid need. That means they have to have a valid need, and the valid need is only authorized by the consumer. Accurate reporting. They got to make sure everything is reported 100% accurate. And the only way they can, I'm emphasizing certain things to you guys, and I want you to catch it. The only way that they can report anything 100% accurate initially is if you say it is true. Follow me? Okay. Have outdated information removed. Go to the next one. All right, we're gonna talk about maintaining medical information privacy. You are protected from having medical information in the consumer report, as creditors are prohibited from obtaining or using medical information when making a credit decision. Right. So another thing, personal and private. Public and private. Your medical information is private information. HIPAA laws, say that they cannot disclose your private information publicly without your authorization. So if you ever got a medical bill on your credit report and you didn't give them authorization to disclose your personal information to other public companies, they are in violation. All right. Limit unsolicited credit offers. So anytime that you get pre-qualified offers in the mail, that means somebody pulled your credit without your authorization, even if they didn't give you an inquiry, which is illegal.
Say that one more time.
So
I was like, right.
anytime, you know how you get those letters in the mail, Jay, and they be like, you can get 200,000. You get an email that say, hey, you've been pre-qualified, you've been pre-selected. How did you pre-select me, and if I didn't give you authorization to pull my personal information, my personal private information? You got to understand the difference between public and private. It's very, very important. You being the consumer, creditor, original creditor at that. Next thing we're going to talk about is receive notifications of possible negative information immediately, right? So before they are able to really put anything on your credit report, they have to communicate with you first, because you're supposed to be the person who owes the debt or whatever the inaccurate information or information that is supposed to be accurate before they report it. So if you didn't get any information before they reported it, somebody's in violation. And we're going to get to some of those laws a little later on. You can seek damages. You have the right to sue and seek damages in a state of a federal court from anyone such as a consumer reporting agency or a user of the consumer reports who violates the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Right? It's laws. It's all law. I'm not telling you guys anything illegally. Just understand that if you don't know your laws, it's like you go to court without a lawyer. We're going to go to the next one. Know your credit scores. You have a unique credit score, which each credit bureau can request in some cases, you may be requested to pay for the information. But, what did I just say? The first thing I said was you have a unique credit score with each credit bureau, which you can request in some cases, which they can request in some cases. The key word is request. They have to request the validation from the consumer to put things on your credit report. Very, very important. All right, we'll go to the next slide. All right, now we're going to go into some credit repairing strategies. Is this the right one? Let me see. I think I skipped one. Okay, let me get it. This one right here? Okay. All right, so now we're going to talk about how to clean your report. I'm going to talk a little bit off the hip a little bit, because I like to give multiple strategies, and some of the stuff is going to be on here. So you definitely screenshot these processes, but I'm going to kind of break them down a little bit as well. How you clean your credit report, send a letter to the credit bureaus, type of that basic dispute. Always ensure your name and address is correct on the credit report. Make sure it includes. So the initial letter that you send to the credit bureaus, you want to make sure that you're sending them information, telling them, hey, validate all the information that I'm sending you with proof of address, which will be proof of your identity, which will be your ID, updated ID. Everything has to be current, a social security card, and a proof of address will be like a utility bill, bank statement, anything that validates everything is correct on your ID to verify the information is correctly updated how you want it to be on your credit report. But then you can also ask them to validate the accuracies of anything that is negative that you want disputed in your credit report on the initial letter. A second letter that you can send out is straight to the creditors, collection agencies, or whatever. You're gonna want them to ask. They're gonna have to use use the law on the next slide. That's right. Let me finish before you move over. So you're gonna send a letter to the creditors. I'm sorry, everybody. Send a letter to the creditors or the collection agency, right? Asking them to validate the debt. When I get to the next slide, you're gonna see how a lot of this stuff is even illegal when they send it to you in a minute. Validation of debt from creditor dispute. Send this letter not to credit bureaus. Okay, so we go to the next slide. Yeah. Let me go to the one after this one, Joe. Hold on, let me see what's up there. Nah, that's it right there. That's it. All right, so this is very, very good. Screenshot this.
Can we go back? Which one?
Nah, I'm gonna go. Okay, you can go back. Which one you need?
Yes, this is the one we need.
Nah, yeah, that's it right there. This the one you want right here?
Yes, go back, one more.
One more? All
Right
right.
there. No, one after that.
I
Two
got
more
it.
after
This
that.
one.
One more. Right there.
Yeah, see,
thank
yeah,
you.
this
Oh,
one.
okay, yeah. Well, I ain't say this one yet, but that's cool. That's good. So look, these are some other strategies. Like I said, I got different ways that you can do certain things. So this one is make sure all your letters are certified. That means when you go to the post office, get a certified mail. Make sure you're certified. It costs about $4. Keep your receipts. What this does is it makes sure that they actually, because they have to sign for it. So they can't say they didn't get the letter. You make sure you keep good books. Notate everything, put everything on the calendar. They got 30 days to respond. They don't respond in 30 days, they got to remove it by law. I also got in there, don't use black ink. Use pink, orange, blue. I mean, not blue, but pink, orange, anything abstract. The reason I say that is because they put these things through machines, right? And this might not work all the time, but I like to give you guys as much information that you could possibly use, right? So the time that it takes for them to try to get back to you is elongated. So call the bureaus 15 days after the letters have been sent to verify that the letters have been received. Get agent's name and ID for your records. Keep good books on this. I'm gonna tell you why this is very important that you guys take these steps and treat this like it's worth $1 million or $1 billion, because it definitely is. Okay,
So tell me real quick, the red, orange, and pink, you said about going through the machines. I missed that.
All right, so and like I said, this depending on who gets the letters or what they do at the time. The whole point of this is for it to get into a human's hand. If they send it through a machine, they're gonna respond to you fast. You want somebody to actually, a person have to actually open it up and read it, and then take their time to respond back to you. You know, it's going to a PO box, so the PO box is not disseminated, and it could be. They could have it where they open up the letters and they send the stuff to wherever it might go. But like I said, we're trying to get the time pressed on forward. We want them to take over 30 days for their response, so they got to remove it by law, or we can sue them too. So I got this one. All right, so this is very, very important information, right? So I'm gonna give y'all, these are like 6 laws, right? And I put some notes under these laws so you can understand whenever like a creditor sends you information back, I gave you laws that show you how they're violating the law. So if you get a letterhead back from a creditor saying they owe you some money, that's a violation of acquisition of location and information. Pull that law up, it says you can't use no deceptive information, logos, whatever, to send me anything and get it back or you're in violation. That's a lawsuit. Furnishing certain deceptive forms, furnishing cell forms, and so we got like different, like you got 1692B5, 1692J, 1692B4. These are 3 different violations just from them having that logo on their, when they their letterhead that has their logo on it. That's 3 violations, just that one. So whatever they're sending you back, you can sue them for it, or hey, you remove it, and I'm gonna sue you, or remove it, or I will sue you. Right? Just from the letterhead.
I want my money.
The next one is 15 U.S. Code 1692B2. If they say you owe a debt, this is the law. You can pull it up. That's why I put them up here. So when I don't want to spend a lot of time on creating letters, because what happens is they know people are simulating letters, right? They know everybody's using the same letters and sending them out. It don't have to be that serious. It's just like, hey, they send you something back. You can circle it on whatever they sent you back, and you can say Exhibit A, Exhibit B. You violated this law. Send it in the screen. Send it back to them, certified mail with an affidavit and an invoice. And however many violations that you see on that letter they sent you back is how many times that you can send them an invoice to get money for every violation, because it's in the law. So to $1,000.
So up to?
Yeah, $1,000 minimum. But they gotta be it's like $1,000. But that's one of them laws as well. We got another code, 15 U.S. Code 1692EA, false or misleading representation. Use this if they send you an offer settlement. So you know how you get a collection and they say you owe this much, but you can settle out for this? That's illegal. They can't do that. It's deceptive. It's a deceptive practice. It's misleading information.
King got he just said,
So what I'm saying is, you don't have to be elongated and winded with your responses. You just say, hey, I'm a consumer. This is the law you violated. Send me my money. And if they deny it, then you can take it all the way up to suing them. And they're going to lose, because according to the FCDPA, everything under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, they have to go by 100%. They can't use one and not use the other. They got to use all the law. Can't use a piece of it. All right. The last one is use this if they threaten to sue you or send information to credit bureaus. That is harassment or abuse. If they say, if you don't pay this, I'm going to send my information, I'm going to send you a lawsuit, is that harassment? According to the evidence, according to 1692D1, it is. So with just these 7 or 6 laws, you can get pretty much everything off your credit report, and you can also get money for it as well. Right? Keep moving. Go to the next one. Where we at?
It's good so far?
Hey.
Wow.
All right, so we're gonna talk about removing inquiries and incorrect personal information. Yep. We want you to send in a dispute letter, use the body of the letter, and then put it in the CFPB and the FTC. The CFPB is the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. That is the agency made for the consumers to send in disputes to creditors, right? So, give you guys a couple of strategies, right? So anytime a creditor sends you information back saying you owe them some money, you do multiple things. You send the letter back with your request to remove, delete, and you also go to the CFPB and upload the same information. You say it's improper use, or misleading information, and then you'll say the same thing you said in the letter. You said in the body of the letter, in the comment section or the response section, and then they give you a section where you can attach documentation. You attach the documentation along with, that's the proof, along with the letter you sent out, and whatever receipts you have, you attach that, send it off. The CFPB is going to make them respond fast, right? And you also can go to the Federal Trade Commission. A lot of people use this for getting inquiries off and things of that nature, and you use these multiple things to show them, to put them under pressure, to like, hey, we hitting up everybody. You're also gonna hit the Better Business Bureau because they're business. Hey, they violating laws of this company. Y'all need to report them, and nobody. It's just kind of like in a review, right? You don't want a bad review on your company. That's what the Better Business Bureau does. They don't. They're susceptible to the same thing that anybody else who owns a business is. And the more dings you have on your credit report, the more dings you have on as a business, the worse reputation that you have, right? I also put on there, use the body, make sure you have attached the following: a valid ID, Social Security card, utility bill, copy of the highlighted items that you disputed. You also, so anytime you're sending a letter off or you get a response back from, say, the credit bureaus, you want to highlight their violations on the letter they sent you. You make a copy of it, and you highlight it. The detail is all in the detail, right? You ain't got to say a whole lot in the letter. You just highlight what I'm saying in the letter. Hey, y'all just sent me this. It's dated. And these are the laws y'all violating. You can either remove it or remove it in payment. Either way, you're going to do it, right? Go to the next one. Same thing. You go to the next one. This one. To the next one. Okay, yeah, I just was telling y'all about the FTC. These are the
Where would you go now? We're gonna go not there.
Go down, back.
Past this.
Go back. Go back. That right there. I just said this one as well. You know, the FTC, for identity theft, late payments, credit inquiries, collections. You can use the CFPB. You can use all of these for all of them, right? Especially when they respond back to you and you didn't get the result you want. I'm gonna say this as well. Don't give up. Anytime, you know, I heard a lot of people, they get a little discouraged when things don't come off right away. But don't give up because you're in the right. And sometimes it takes 1, 2, or 3 letters of you just sending information. And what you're really doing, if they keep denying it, you're building up a case. It's like they're building up a case on you. And you say, hey, every time I sent you this letter, you didn't do anything you said the law said to do. And if I take you to court, you probably can get 10 times the money. You know what I'm saying? But 9 times out of 10, they don't want to deal with that. They want to just move on because they know they're illegal. They know they're violating. They just use our ignorance to capitalize off us. You know? So look at it like that. Go to the next one.
And it costs them more to go to court than it's to remove your item in most cases.
I put a little sample letter up here. I don't know if you guys can really see it, but it's pretty much you just put your name, information, social security number, address, date, the information under it, and the reason of what the letter was for. And then you put your information, the dispute, and whatever else you're disputing in it. So it's pretty much a basic letter. Give y'all a trick. Y'all can just go to ChatGPT and say, hey, I need you to use this law and make a letter for me because I want to send it to TransUnion. They're going to write the whole thing out for you. You can say, make it short. Make it concise. Make it sound like this person.
ChatGPT.
There you go. That's why I don't want to, give y'all letters. You can just type it in chat. It's 2020. Understand the laws though, because if you don't know what to tell the AI, they don't know what to do. Right? So we go to the next one.
Sorry, I couldn't really see that. You said just, yeah.
Yeah. You can zoom in on it.
From BDP. Thank you.
All right, so now we're gonna go to the next slide, and these are just some more tips that you can use. You want to make sure that you unfreeze your first and secondary bureaus once your credit repair is completed. Keep records of all the letters and dates that they were sent out for the credit bureaus. Keep records of all personnel that you spoke with on the phone. Do not apply for anything during the time of a credit repair. Right? The only time you apply for things is if you're trying to rebuild. Right? This is a hack. If you're in the rebuilding process, make sure that that's good to do that. So if you go to like some of the things I'm gonna show y'all in the personal building, you can do that. You can get you a self card, a self lender, or kickoff or whatever while you're in the rebuilding process, because to fast track the process to get funding, you want to already start building a trade line. So if it takes you 3 months for everything to get completely off, and you also have some credit building products, that's 3 months worth of time that you already done. This has matured, right? But don't try to apply for anything like no new credit cards or no store cards. Don't go get you no car note, no furniture. Don't do none of that while you're building your credit repair. Don't build your credit because it could potentially hurt you. Study the FCRA laws. Right now, use AI. I know the terminology is very, very what is it? Elaborate. But you can actually take this law, put it in ChatGPT, say, hey, break this down so my 5-year-old can understand. Just like that. Break it down for you. And do it in 2 sentences. You know what I'm saying? So just telling you guys a reminder so things don't seem so unreachable. Or you feel like you can't do it. It doesn't hurt to call the credit bureaus right now to try to get negative items removed. Y'all feel me? You can call them on the phone right now. Hey, you see I got an account with y'all. You see I'm a member. This stuff in my credit report ain't right. All right. How did y'all validate this now? Depending on who you get, you might remove it. All right. You might not. But if they remove it while you're on the phone, you gotta send out no letters. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like I've been in situations where I called the credit bureau 8, 9 times, back to back until I got the right person. That's how serious I am. Like I gotta get this off. Y'all done put some on my credit report. I'm trying to get this off right now. I got $25,000 in business money I need to get from this bank, who I've been messing with for like 2-3 years. So it's all about how bad you really want to get it off your credit report. So the due diligence that you do to get in the outcome that you want is very, very important. Use the next.
I have a question for you. Why do we want to unfreeze the first and secondary bureaus after the repair is completed? Is that to see if something else pops up?
No, you do that so if you freeze your credit report, then you can't apply for anything.
So I'm only asking because mine is frozen. So when I get ready to apply, I unfreeze it for like a day or two, and then it refreezes. And I only did that because I have been a victim of fraud 3 times in my whole life. Mm-hmm. And it took years to get that debt off, and I didn't even know these people. Right. So is it best to keep it unfrozen or just unfreeze it when you're trying to do it?
Well, it's totally up to you, but for security reasons, I would say this, only unfreeze it when you want to apply for something.
Okay, and I was just wondering because of that statement, but thank you very much.
Right, but that's the only reason I say do that. And there's a couple other things as well, because if you freeze your credit report, like if you shop at Bank of Navy Federal, you're not going to get any notifications of getting any loans because they can't pull your report. So, and I was going to get to that in the personal funding, but just, matter of fact, let me wait till I get to that so I can just roll all the way in. But definitely, it's just up to you based on if you're really trying to go out for applying for credit. If you ain't applying for that freeze, that's fine. Be patient. It's a process. And lastly, nothing is guaranteed without effort. Should have put it at the end. Anything can come off your credit. All right, now we're finna get going to building your personal credit. Go to the next slide. All right, so building your credit profile. These are things that I suggest or I've seen it work for people lots of times. Getting at least 2 secure cards. Rental Karma, that's one. That's where you can put if you're renting, you can use this company and then report to TransUnion and Equifax back to 2 years that you've been paying on time. And even if you stayed in your mom's room and she charges $5,000, I'm asking you. I mean, that's up to you. Whatever you want to put on there. I don't know everybody's situations, but I just know for outcomes I want,
Office Max and Staples got leases.
Get at least 2 trade lines, store cards, secure loans. You need a total of 10 accounts, right? So I'm gonna go to the next slide. So total of 10 accounts before you get like big funding, and we go to the next slide because I want to kind of even break this down a little bit more. Most banks like to see 2 years of credit history, but if you have 10 accounts in 6 months, your probability of getting approved is a lot higher.
That's interesting.
All right, because 2 years, because it's everything, like I said, the thing that makes the credit report is age. You know how people buy trade lines and they need them for like, I got a 10-year trade line, 25,000. It's the age that really matters, and how much the trade line is. We'll get the trade lines as well. I'll kind of break that down for y'all as well.
I don't know if we get there everything at night. We could be there at 12, we could be midnight.
So what time we got? We good. We good. We got the 9. We good. We running good.
9:30.
All right. So look, these are some of the things I want you guys to screenshot. Hey, y'all, my phone might be down. I'm sorry. That's my Discord, but all right. So these are some of the things I want y'all to screenshot. Right? These are credit builders. Screenshot this. I'm gonna have to bring in a little bit more.
Let's see if we can do this. All right. Oh, that's not enough though.
Takes a good screen to have.
Look at that one.
Yeah.
All right, trusting you.
It's all good. It ain't gonna hurt them. We good. Yeah, so you can scroll down on that and we'll just hit back on the slide. But y'all take a screenshot of that.
Things right here.
The next slides, there you go. Y'all gonna be doing a lot of this. Because the information is the first part, but knowing the access to it, knowing where to go is the most important thing as well. Now we're on the rebuilding stage. So these are all good credit building products that you can use, and I got a lot of detailed information about who they report to, how much they are a month, what kind of reporting they do. You go to the next slide. Maybe we make it big. How we make it big again, Jay?
All right. What we do?
Okay, you gotta go up to the
Oh.
top.
Where?
You're looking for a pop down. Yep. And then go slideshow. From beginning. Right here.
No, go from beginning.
Oh,
Current,
no.
current slide. There you go.
Current slide.
Right there.
What he
Boom.
said. Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. All right, now hit the next slide. There you go. All right, next slide. Take another picture. So these are the rent style trade lines. I'm giving y'all more than 10 credit building products and how they work. The prices, how they report, all of that. If you're on live, start taking screenshots.
Let me ask you, if you have one lease with your mom,
Right,
with your landlord,
right.
can you report that one lease to multiple agencies?
Well, they out of it. Certain companies like rent reporters, they report to only 2 bureaus, right? I think I even got them on there. Like this one, Boom Pay, they report to all 3. But this is the thing: you can have 2 leases and report to all 3.
Right.
So you know, if I got a room in Jay's basement and I got a room in my mom's house, and they say both of them is $5,000 a month, then I'm reporting $10,000 in rental payments every month. That reports to all 3 credit bureaus, and it goes back to 2 years.
And our goal is to get 10 trade lines.
10 minimum.
So you ain't gotta be actually paying.
Huh?
You ain't gotta actually pay that.
I ain't gonna tell you to break the law, brother. You just do what you want.
That's a 21-year-old ass question. That's a 21 question.
Hey, I take the blame.
Y'all can see?
They can't.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got it
Y'all
now,
get
yeah.
it. I want y'all to get it. It's going fast.
You gotta pay
We
your
got a lot of
landlord.
these slides coming through. I'm finna give y'all so many banks coming up that y'all are gonna be like, I did not know it was this many plugs.
Okay.
All right, before we go next slide, IG Live, all y'all, YouTube Live. Listen, this live will explode in 2 hours. Let's get out of here. Everybody text 404-737-5751. Text funding to 404-737-5751. That's going to be your plug for more information after this. And how you get more resources, more help, more coaching, more mentorship, more support. Text funding to 404-737-5751. Let's go.
This is not financial advice. This is for education purposes.
Entertainment purposes.
There you go. All right, we're going to the next one. Utilities and cell phone payment trade lines. You got Incredible and Experian Boost. Right? So I'm giving y'all different types of trade lines because your credit mix is very, very important. If we already passed this slide, I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. Your credit mix is important. So your credit mix is mortgages, auto loans, personal loans, credit cards, store cards, and these type of trade lines, right? So the different types of credit that you have on your profile makes it stronger. It looks like everybody willing to give you some money, right? So everybody willing to give you some money, hey, we might as well give you some too. Appreciate it. Might as well just stand up. All right, we go to the, y'all got this one? All right, it's going fast.
Come on.
All right, personal credit building tips. Only use these if you know you won't be late. They're like $10 a month, $15 a month. The budget out $100, right? If you're late on like self-lender or like kickoff, they're gonna report it as late. Late payments for some people are the hardest thing to get out their credit report. And you do not want to get late payments when you're doing credit building products. You don't want to get late payments ever, but definitely not using credit building products, right? If you get a personal loan secured, no gas. If you get a personal loan secured, pay 90% of it off on the first payment.
Yo,
All right? Y'all understand why, right? It's because, first of all, it's debt to income, right? So the bank that you're dealing with, they're going to see that, hey, he's a very good person to do business with, you know, because he's paying this 90% of his payments off the first month. But you don't want to pay it all the way off because of what? You want the history to keep building. So if it's $5,000, you pay $4,800 of it off, you won't have to pay $10 a month for the next year. But it's your money, and when you pay it all the way off, you get the $5,000 back minus whatever interest. But now you got a big trade line and good history, and the limits are high, right? Get secured credit cards from main banks, right? So if you're Navy Federal, they got the Flagship, I think that's the name of that one, and a couple of other main credit banks that offer secure credit cards. The more products you have with the bank, the more credible you are with that bank. So if you got a bank account in Navy Federal, you should have a bank account, savings account, business checking account, business saving account, credit card, secure card, loan, mortgage. Right? All right, now let's get to the bag. Now we're on the bag. So at this point, we done fixed our credit. We done built our credit. Now we're gonna get the bag with our credit. All right. Let me sit down for this. Screenshot this. Screenshot this, right? Because this is very important information. Oh yeah. Personal. Oh yeah. This, okay, now we're on personal funding. Let me go down. All right. After your profile is built, it is important to know how to maximize your personal funding on your personal credit without getting too many inquiries. You know what banks you want to apply for before you apply. Credit unions are better for getting higher limits, but it takes some time to get funding from most to get approved. Relationship banking is key. Start with pre-approval offers first. Know what bureau they pull from. Only apply for the credit. Only apply for credit one bureau at a time. So, you ready? I'm gonna stop right there. So let's say we know that Navy Federal pulls from TransUnion and Equifax, and we also know Truist pulls from TransUnion and Equifax. We're gonna freeze the other two bureaus, and we're gonna fund that, right? And when we're done with that one, we know that American Express pulls from Experian, PNC pulls from Experian, Citi pulls from Experian. We're gonna get all our money from Experian, freeze TransUnion Equifax. And then we go to TransUnion, same deal, right? So now you just got 3 inquiries, even though you apply for 9 credit cards per bureau. Let's do some math. I like math. So let's just say we did 3 banks at Equifax, on the Equifax bureau, and they all give us $10,000 apiece. and we go to TransUnion, 3 banks, they all give us 10,000 apiece. And we go to the last bureau, and they give us 10,000 apiece. How much money is that?
90K.
There you go. We almost at
100
100. All right, we keep going. Y'all get it.
Everybody say gas.
Gas.
I said that whatever bureau you're not pulling from, freeze.
So you can pull from a bureau like with different, like the same bureau from more than one bank. Is what you just said.
Yep.
Alright, bet.
We'll get into that too.
Alright, bet.
We'll get into a little bit of that too. I think I got that on there too. I just said that credit cards are better than loans. All right, so look, I'm the credit card guy. You hear me? I love credit cards because they're simple interest. That means I control the interest. I teach you how to never spend your own money ever again, right? And when we do the credit to cash flow, we'll even dig deeper into that. But just understand, simple interest, that means if you pay your debt off in a 28-day cycling period, then you pay no interest. Okay. I'm gonna just leave a thought, right? If I got 3 credit cards that are the cycling day, because we don't pay credit cards on the due date, we pay them on the cycling day. Example, so your light bill, you get billed from the 28th, what's the day?
5th.
The
5th. So you get billed from the 5th to the 5th, but they send you the letter out and they say it's not due to the 21st. You don't pay your due date, you pay on the 5th. If it's a credit card, because it's simple interest. It takes 28, 30 days cycling period before they charge you any interest.
The whole thing could just pay it down.
Okay, so if
Whatever
you leave a
charges you
balance,
made.
if you leave a balance after the 5th,
That's
that's the
interest.
interest.
Okay.
You pay interest on that amount.
Whatever charges you made that month.
Right. I ain't gonna give y'all that right now, but flow with it.
I know a little bit.
Credit card bills are better than loans. You know why? Okay, so this is why I like credit cards better than loans. So a loan, once it hit your account, you in debt. You in debt from the point you gotta pay interest unless you pay it off. Even if you pay it off 90% off, they're gonna get interest on it. Right? I ain't saying don't get them. I just say, and I'm gonna say this at the end, I'm gonna say it now. Before you get any debt, especially loans, know where the money's going. If it ain't going, if it's not built, it's not making cash flow, you don't need to get, especially loans. Credit cards, I look at that like, emergency money, right? If I don't have nothing to do with it to make me some money. So you can be sitting on $90,000 worth of credit cards, but if it ain't making you no money, then you don't need to be using it. I ain't telling y'all to go get 1,000 credit cards and just go spend them, because then you're gonna be right back at the top. And more importantly, you're gonna be you done put your relationship with the bank, right? So
So let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
So what do you consider line of credits? Are those,
once you take that money out, you gotta pay interest on it.
but a lot of banks now are offering like 9 months, 0 interest.
Right.
So if you get it within that 9 months and you pay it before that 9 months,
Right.
it's almost like you're not getting any interest.
That's right.
And it's not reporting to your credit.
Right. If you're doing the business.
Right.
Right. Business.
Okay.
We ain't got the business yet, but personally, yeah.
Okay.
Because I ain't got the business yet, but on the personal side, as soon as you take the money out, the line of credit,
Okay. Gotcha.
it's reporting that you owe debt for
Gotcha.
9 months. So even if it is 9 months, it's still showing that you got this amount of, your debt to income done
Right.
in backwards. You know what I'm saying? Pay bills on the billing cycle to avoid interest. I just said that. All right, we go to the next slide. So we just covered that.
Y'all know this good. I'm the slide person.
How to apply for credit cards. We're gonna talk about that, the type of credit cards you should apply for, and banking relationships. That's what we're gonna get into next. Let's go to the next slide. All right, cool. All right, now, you see that? All right, this is my break time. You might want to switch with Jay. So,
Pass my pay grade.
everybody's on live. The next 5 minutes, y'all should just be screenshotting. We're gonna give y'all credit unions, the bureau they pull from. We're gonna give y'all personal, we're gonna give y'all traditional banks, regional banks. We're gonna give y'all loans y'all can pull from, and more importantly, we're gonna give y'all the pre-qualified banks. I'm not gonna give y'all 2, I'm not gonna give y'all 3, y'all probably gonna get about 70 banks.
Let's go.
All right, so the extra of this.
He's point.
Everybody slide up and share receipts.
All right, so let's get
Huh?
it.
Can you share with me?
All right, so
Oh, yeah, for sure.
we got like 5 minutes. Jada, you can go through this one. That's the last one we're gonna do. So it's these three. These ones, yeah, just slide down. 5 pages on that one.
Everybody got your camera phones ready?
Get
Hold
ready.
on, wait.
Slide to the side.
That's one to go.
Go get some funding. Okay. I'm gonna slow down. I'm gonna just explain it. You see, we got American Express.
We got airdrop.
Experian, TransUnion. I got it even down to the different cards and what they primarily pull it from. As a disclaimer, you know, sometimes they do change, but most of the time they stay the same.
Everybody good?
What's our source to see whether or not there changes?
Call the bank.
Okay.
Never be scared to call the bank. We'll get that last though. You know.
Never be scared.
Nah, man, then you want some money. All they can say is no. That's how I feel about credit. Oh, you want? People done told me no about worse stuff than credit. You know what I'm saying? You gonna give me some money, 100,000? I'm gonna ask.
All they can say is
I'm ready
no
to ask.
or yes.
They say yes, yeah.
Everybody good? Notice I'm taking
I see
these
you.
screenshots.
So a situation where you see, like, if you got a relationship with a bank, do you typically apply for most of the cards that they have? Like, you just kind of stay in that cycle with them, or do you venture out?
It depends. Like, so certain banks, they'll allow you to get multiple credit products. Like, I know American Express, you can get like 4 credit cards, same way, 1 full, Truist. And I'm gonna get to that too. It's like credit card stacking. But you want to make sure on the personal side that you're not over leveraging the personal side. I show all these different banks just so you guys have as much information as possible to get the best outcome that you want. But you really don't want to use your personal side like that. You really want to use business, right? But, you know, why not have all the information you can get?
Everybody good? Moving to the next one.
All right, this is the credit union master list and ranks. So, while y'all taking pictures of this, I want y'all to understand all banks are ranked, right? Credit unions, every bank, they got a rank. So they rank tells you how credible the bank is based on how many employees they have, how many depositors they have, how many assets they have, right? How much debt they lended out, you know, how many people are in collections, right? You know, so all of these things are very important to understand the health of a bank. Like, you know, the bank that just collapsed, they wasn't a healthy bank. You could look, I'm gonna show you all the side data that you can check any bank and see what's going on with it. And see if you want to put your money there.
The Silicon Valley Bank?
Yep. Over leveraged.
I'm looking at the live. Is there a way that they can like zoom in on it? People saying that they can't see it all.
Other than moving it closer.
Let me see. You know what? I'll do this for this since we ain't really teaching.
Yeah.
Hope this helps. You better screenshot and then zoom your screenshot.
Right.
Gadget on them.
That's basically what I was doing.
Oh,
Okay.
now it's showing.
Pull it up.
And zoom in. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. It's up.
Thank you, Quinn.
One down.
It's just class 1. We bring Kinky energy back. It's all good.
All right, we good. We're moving to the next one.
We got a lot of slides, y'all. All right, so this is the personal loans pre-qualify, right? So I'm a big advocate of pre-qualifying first. I said it in the slide, but make sure you do pre-qualification offers first. I think the slide after this one, is for the credit cards. If you're pre-qualified for it, and I'm gonna give y'all some game as well on how to make sure that your pre-qualification based on what you're inputting into the application is successful, right? By my opinion.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. I'm just telling you what I have seen people be more successful with, you know. Yeah, the probabilities are higher from what I heard. All right, go to the next one. This is the last one, y'all. So look, pre-qualified credit cards, right? So as y'all are taking screenshots of this, I'll wait till she finished with this last slide. And I'm gonna explain some of how y'all should put in information to get approvals. It should go to one more slide. Yeah, fintech. I got fintech banks on there for y'all. You know, so okay, so this is dope. So, fintech companies, a lot of times what they have now is instead of they're going off your credit score, they go off how much money you put into your personal account, right? And they give you loans based off of that. Right. So the fintech banks are moving away from solely just using credit, but their rules are a lot more stringent. You know. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. I got everything. Store cards, credit building credit cards, and this is the pre-qualified list. So that means you ain't gonna take no inquiry here. So if they say no, you good. You know you ain't ready yet. Keep moving. Keep going. The store cards even tell you who they ain't got relationships with. You know, those banks got. You know, yeah. So we want to. So the thing about credit is you want to know who you're doing business with. You want to know who you get your money from. You know.
Store card.
Yeah. All right, so that's good. We go back to the slide. That's y'all got it. Jay say I ain't got that much time. He said I got about 15 more minutes.
Everybody out. That's it. Enough.
How we get the PowerPoint? How we get the PowerPoint?
Oh yes, that's gonna be for sale.
Yeah, we blessing y'all right now. You know.
Right, y'all gotta leave this replay on. Bro. I missed like 30 minutes.
All right, go back to the. Let me put down here. See y'all slides. Go back.
I need you.
Thank you. We said still maybe this.
I know, because I think that's what's going on is the internet slowing down. Okay, so while we waiting on the internet to get it together, y'all write this down, right? This is what I heard. Let me slide these folks back. You know what I'm saying? We don't want the people. We don't want the live people. We don't want the live people to miss this too. This is what I've heard has been successful when people applying for credit cards when they put this type of information in, right? So, I've had clients who put this information in and was able to get approved, but I haven't sent in like, you know, documentation, you know. So, wherever you stayed there for at least 3 to 5 years, and they ask you on the application, if they ask you how much money you make around about 70 to 80,000. I've just seen people get approved mostly when they put this stuff in. Wherever they stay, they usually say they pay like $500 rent. They always have a checking and a savings account, right? What's another one? Checking and saving, 70,000 to 80,000 a year. That's about it. That's all you really pretty much need to get approved. That amount. Anything over that, they might ask for some more documentation.
How long you been at your address?
Oh, how long you been at your address?
You said that
I said
35 years.
35 years.
35 years. So rent versus own, you would always put
I
some
always
rent.
do rent. Yeah, I rent. That's just me. That's what I seen work. That's all I'm saying.
I got you.
They want to know how much debt you really got. That's all I'm saying. It's about that income. You know, if you got a mortgage on your credit profile, then that's a little different. You know what I'm saying? But that could be rental property. I'm just saying. Where we at?
Next slide.
I'm trying
your pool.
I'm trying to refresh it. Hit the refresh up here.
We done broke the internet.
That's dope.
Man, we gotta go all the way down. That's cool. Let's fly all the way down.
You want to make it big first?
Nah, so we can see where it was at.
I know I'm putting a number for your password.
Okay, yeah, you're right. All right, now we're going to building the business. All right. We can hover up here. We hover up the top up there.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Slideshow, I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, it's not
Yeah. Front slide. Yeah. All right, so now we're going into the building your business credit. Right? So you halfway through it, y'all. Hope this is helping y'all out.
Yes.
All right. We're gonna talk about how to set up your business properly, how to get business trade lines, how to get business funding, with or without a PG. A PG is a personal guarantee. That means you're personally guaranteeing the debt. Without one is, your company stands alone. You get the debt or get the funding. All right, go to the next one. How to establish a bankable business. Next slide. All right. Why start a business? It allows you to duplicate yourself in multiple ways. So your EIN number and your social security number is the same amount of digits. Very good. Allows you to benefit from tax exemptions. Allows you to access to funds not personally guaranteed by you. Protects you from lawsuits. Helps protect assets. Right? I know y'all heard about trusts, LLCs. A little thing about LLCs. You have an LLC, and it's still looked at as a sole proprietor if you do taxes. So an S corporation, when you file your LLCs, make sure you're using it as an S corp. You file it as an S corp. I think it's 8002. I'm not mistaken. We went to the next slide. We're gonna talk about type of businesses. We got corporations. We got C corps. That's a legal structure for a corporation in which the owners or shareholders are taxed separately from the entity. That means you don't get taxed from the business. S corp, corporations that elect to pass corporate income, losses, deductions, and credits through to the shareholders for federal tax purposes. I got a screenshot? Sure. Next slide.
What? She put a shareholder.
That's right. Making it bread. Nonprofit organizations. Nonprofit organizations is a group organized for purposes other than generating profit in which no part of the organization income is distributed to its members, directors, or officers. So, this is what I heard, y'all. I heard that, hopefully I hear me live. I could be wrong, y'all tell me if I'm wrong or right. I heard that Kim Kardashian mom owns a church, and they put $10 million in the church that they own, and all of them put it in the church. Right. So let me ask y'all a question. If you work at a church, right, don't they gotta hire people, companies to, mop the floors?
Their business.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, we'll just keep going. I'm just asking questions, just seeing if y'all with me. Y'all
We with you.
Keep going.
We with you. They hire
How to
money.
establish a business. This is very important, right? So, this part I like to tell you guys, so you want to think about your business like somebody you want to do business with, right? Y'all come to J-Spot because Legacy Center, you know what I'm saying? He got employees, he got a website, you know what I'm saying? He got a business number, all of that, right? It look like you want to do business with. So, step one, decide what type of business you want to start. Create your virtual business address. Only if you don't have a physical location. Some physical locations, depending on the business, might require your business licenses. So make sure whatever business that you're in, whatever state that you're in, that if it's a license that's required that you need to have, make sure you have it. Got a little tip down there. Y'all can go to Opus Virtual Office or Regis.
You can go to legacycenter.com
LegacyCenter.com.
for your virtual office needs. At 3015 R. Martin Street, East Point, Georgia.
Put your hand up a little bit.
30344.
What's the
Next
price?
slide. Next slide.
What's the What's the price?
That's all you need for your virtual office. Legacycenter.com. Tap in.
Oh yeah.
How to establish your business.
Establish your business name. Make sure your name is a general name, not containing words pertaining to financing, gambling, credit repair, sex, all of that. Good business names. Okay, so McDonald's is not who you are actually. It's not the business name, right? I know that, right? Most
They doing business.
look, Louis Vuitton is not the corporation. Right? It's LVMH and they own a conglomerate of things.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Don't that sound more professional? When I want to give you some money from the bank?
Yeah.
But if you say, I want to keep this PG. But you get the drift though.
Wait, so what's McDonald's name?
Hey, what is McDonald's?
I'm just curious.
It's those two brothers, right? Dick and
Yeah, but now it's something court. If you go, somebody in the
I know, like sports clubs.
We ain't got to
somebody look it up.
It's
Yeah,
cool,
but
it's cool.
yeah, I got some suggestions though. So good business names: JLC Holdings, Moving Forward Enterprise, LVMH, etc. Do a search of the business name that you want to have in the state and the federal level to assure it's available before applying for it, right? I just opened up 2 LLCs yesterday. You know, more game now. So if you buy LLC every month, it's like in Georgia it's $100. You don't, it don't cost no money. So in 5 years you can sell them for like $1,000. Okay. You keep going.
Crushing.
That's in the credit to cash flow. Yeah, a little bit. After confirmation, apply through the Secretary of State. So after you confirm that the name is clear, you apply with the Secretary of State. Once the business is approved by the Secretary of State, it takes about 7 to 10 days unless you pay extra money to expedite it. Then apply for the entity identification number, which is the EIN. That's the federal tax ID number. And that's what you file your taxes with. All right, next thing. Have a corporate email. No Gmails, no Yahoos. You can go to Google. They got the whole thing, I think, for like $12 a month. You get the website, professional email, all that for like $12, $15 a month. So it should look like info at JLC Holdings. Look like that. It looks professional. Right? If you go to any company you do business with, they don't have Gmails. It doesn't exist. Right? And so when you get money from a bank, they want to see that you're doing real business. Right? To the next one. Create a website, must look professional. Got some tips from GoDaddy. You want to list your business in 411, listyourself.net. Create a DUNS number that's done in Bradstreet. That's like the database where, you know, they put you use that for business credit, where they report information about your business. Open up a business bank account. Open up a merchant account, right? 'Cause you got to get money. Your business. A lot of banks offer merchant accounts. I know Chase got the Chase Pay, PNC use somebody else. So, but I got examples as well. You can use Stripe, Melio, Square, QuickBooks. Thrive is a good one. There's a lot of them. You can Google them. Make sure that your business is on a social media platform. So this is what they're doing now. They're looking to see if you're a reputable business. I don't know no business that don't have no social media. You ain't posting a whole lot, right? But just have a presence on social media. LinkedIn is a good one because that's the business place to get do business, right? Okay, we go to the next slide. I got some tips and resources. Get your screenshots out. SBA, that's a good one. NAB, that's how you pull your
Let me help y'all out, man, real quick. 'Cause I'm a nice guy, you know.
Freedom
Screenshot.
Voice, Opus, Virtual Regis, all of that. And make sure y'all screenshotting that.
Screenshot. All right, we backing out.
Yes, That's another one. You might as well keep it close.
Oh, all right, we're gonna stay close. We're gonna stay close. We're gonna stay close. We're gonna stay close. Stay close.
I like to educate and give y'all resources. Without the resources, the education is not gonna do as good. You know, I'm trying to cut the time for y'all to go look for stuff. You know, y'all have it. Y'all can execute. Go to the next one. That's another one. On the other slide, proof of good standing. Y'all need to make sure y'all look that one up too. I gave y'all that one. Square, PayPal, Thrive. That's on another slide. Y'all go to the next one. See
What's up, nigga? I'll boy about these. Cool.
Yeah.
This one.
They talking about keep it there.
They're like, wait.
Business must be okay. Business must be a real brick and mortar building. Deliverable physical addresses. Deliverable physical address should not be at a home address. Should not be a PO box. Should not be a UPS address. That's why I gave y'all Opus, Regis. Opus is really good because they get
And
one
Legacy
thing,
Center.
Legacy Center. Legacy Center. Sorry.
It's a physical building. It's not a PO box.
So we need to put that. Listen, we need to put that on here real quick so they can make sure they get the link and screenshot it. We ain't gotta do it. Put it on the board, Jay.
Hold on, I got you. Hold on.
Yeah,
Tell me
we'll slide
slide
over there.
Look, watch this. Watch this.
Yeah, we gonna slide them over there.
I'm a hustler, baby. Listen. I'm just saying. Keep talking. I'm coming.
You said
Okay.
nothing.
We can go to the next one.
Nah, don't go nowhere. Hold on.
Okay, so the last one should not be a UPS box. So I got a FedEx address that I use for my business. It's a physical address and it's Suite J15, Atlanta, da. So because it's a physical address, you don't know.
They know.
They do know?
It's registered with them codes.
So look, Opus or Jay Morrison, whatever his is, they got a person who answers the phone like a receptionist, right? And all your mail. So in other words, and you can get I think you get like 30 minutes a month of free. I don't know. Let's see we gotta see what all Jay stuff you got over there.
Huh?
Oh, thank you. I got y'all. We're gonna y'all gonna get this work. Here you go. All your virtual office needs right here.
And you can pull up to the building.
Yeah. But look like, but this is, if you're not in Georgia, right?
Mm.
If you're not in Georgia, you can use those other sites. How about that?
That's cool.
That's fair. You got people all over the world.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
We will ship out to you though. If you form your LLC here, we got you.
Yeah. But Georgia residents, please use it.
Yeah. Cool. Go ahead though.
All right, cool. So
They said thanks, Jay, in the comments.
we outside. All right, so this is another important thing. I should have said this before we got to this part, but I think we still in the good. Before you set up your, this is when you set up your LLC. I should have put this one before. So when you're registering your LLC, your NAIC, what is it, NACA code, you want to make sure it is a bankable code or a fundable code, right? So if you're dealing with gambling, if you're dealing with anything financial, like credit repair, they don't want to give you no money. But if you're doing consulting, like technical consulting, business consulting, manicure consulting, anything consulting, is really good. I think I got a list on here of the ones that you should use right here. Administrative management, general management, human resources consulting, marketing consulting, other management consulting, environmental consulting. I got the numbers as well, right? You can also Google consulting NACA codes as well when you going to apply for your LLC. That don't mean you can't do the business, but just know consulting should be a part of everybody's business. So you can always use it at the back. And you put in your codes. Go to the next one. Restricted businesses, bail bonds, check cashing, energy, oil, trading, petroleum, finance, foreign banks, companies, brokerages, mortgage companies, bail bonds companies, all of that. It's bad. Well, if you're trying to get loans from the bank, they don't want to loan to financial institutions. You're in that competition. Pawn shops, X-rated products or entertainment, public administrative, county government, anything government related. They don't want to fund if you're dealing with that. Autos, that means, remind you, you can still do all of these things, just use the consulting part of it instead of using these when you're signing up for it. General contractors, all of that. Not good.
Dry cleaners.
All right. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's
We're
good.
still going through it. Hey.
Yeah, so that means most businesses, they don't want to give y'all no money. Or they're gonna make it hard to give you some money, right? All right, so now we're on establishing business credit. You got big 3 credit bureaus as well: Experian Business, Equifax Business, Dun & Bradstreet. It's also NAB. There's a couple of them. But these, so the score rating is different, but it's still scoring based off the same principles. How many trade lines you got, how much debt you got, and how long you been paying on time. It's the same principle. They treat the business side just like they treat the personal side. They just have a different way they calculate the algorithm depending on what bureau, the bank that you're trying to get some money from is pulling from.
Is your personal and your business credit always separate?
We get to that.
Okay.
You should be. That's the goal. The goal is to separate yourself from your person.
Okay.
The goal is to you get personal funding, build your personal profile up, and you use your personal fund, your personal credit to go get business funding under your personal, and during the whole time you're building up to separate totally from your personal. So everything is a build up. It's levels, right? Some people pay for them, to expedite the process. Some people just build it up. And I'm gonna get to that. We're gonna get to this slide next. So everybody see? Okay, cool. We're on live. Go to the next slide. Going over the scores, how these different business, their companies as well. Business credit bureaus monitor your scores. They go from 0 to 100, so it's not like 300 to 850, like on the personal. IntelliScore is 0 to 100, so y'all should make sure y'all screenshot this, because when y'all are talking to these banks, I'm giving y'all information to use as a template when you're asking questions, right? Because when you're building a banking relationship, you want to speak intelligently, like you know what you're talking about. Because what I found out is, when I talk to the people who sit at the desk, even the people signing up my bid, they don't even know what some of this stuff is, right? So automatically they're intrigued, and they might go the extra mile for you just because you just educated them on something that can help them get more clients, because they have to get accounts. That's how they keep their jobs. That's how they get promoted. The more accounts they get, the more money they can get, or promotions or incentives, and the higher they can escalate in their job. So those are the different scores. We go to the next slide. All right, so this is some really, really good tips. How to fund your business. Building credit for your business is different from building credit for yourself. When you build business credit, you use your business name and EIN instead of your personal information. There are different credit reporting agencies for business credit, so it's important to understand them. The easiest way to start building business credit is by signing off on it or being a personal guarantor. This means you may guarantee a loan or credit and can start building credit right away with your business. We're going to get into, like, y'all know I got a list for y'all for the banks to get business credit from. Personal guarantor, non-personal guarantor.
Which one is better?
I'd rather have none. I give it to you like this. Businesses, they fall every day, right? Like SVB, right? Big bank. I don't think nobody who worked there had to pay for that other than the company. Okay, so Donald Trump, let me tell you how he worked. So I think what happened in when he had the casino out there, right? Whatever in Las Vegas, Hall, it bankrupted them, and they want their money back, right? And he said he was broke, right? What could they do? Nothing, because everything was in the corporation, it was in the trust. So which one would you rather do?
35 bankrupt.
Most businesses don't survive. You get what I'm saying? 90% of businesses don't survive. So that is the leverage and understanding the difference between the two and separating yourself from your personal and the private. Right? So definitely to answer your question, I'd rather have 1,000 EINs and never use my social security number ever. Matter of fact, I'm always going to be broke personally. I'm never going to report I make over, 5 figures a year, ever. If I can do less, I will do less. But my business is thriving. Now, hopefully pay no taxes because I'm only going to use debt to live off of because I don't pay taxes on debt. Make sure you have a strong personal profile so you can kickstart your business with personally guaranteeing the funding. So understand that when you personally guarantee credit products on the business side, most banks don't report it to your personal credit, which gives you the leverage. Which on the next slide, I get a little bit more into that. I suggest you apply for business more often. I said this. I suggest you apply for business credit more often than personal credit because it allows you to gain access to capital without reporting to your personal credit unless you default. So that means if you late or you don't pay the account and you personally guarantee it, they put it on your personal credit. But we know how to get stuff off credit because 9 times out of 10 they're not going to do it the right way. They're illegal. They do it illegal. But you never want to ruin a relationship with the bank. I got more tips. Next one.
I want it.
Oh, okay, you ain't playing. The main goal is to establish your business credit strong enough so your business can stand alone without you guaranteeing it. Most banks with 2 years of tax returns and strong cash flow before allowing this to happen. Right? So that means 2 years with a good relationship, cash flow, tax returns, assets, you can separate yourself from it. There are some fintech companies that allow you to get funding without you personally guaranteeing it as well. So we do have options. I'm gonna get to those companies as well at the end, but you don't always have to wait 2 years to separate yourself from getting from the funding that you get directly on your EIN. Right? They have companies that are just do it based off of cash flow. Same way they do on the personal side. It's just better on the business side because you don't have to personally get to it. If you don't have a corporate setup, you can apply for business credit cards by using the option as being a sole proprietor. Y'all know what that means? Yeah. Right, so I'm going to apply for some business credit, right? I don't have an LLC, I pick sole proprietor. They approve me, I get the funding, it don't go on my personal credit even though I use my social security card.
Yes.
If you don't have a corporation set up, you can apply for a business credit card by using, If you have a savings account with cash in it, you can use it to sit in your business account to show the bank you can maintain strong cash balance. So if you got your money in the savings account, right, you're not gaining, the inflation is killing any yield you'll get on the return of your money. But if you use your savings account, your savings money, and just to let it sit in your business account, so you got $10,000, your Lord have mercy money. You put your Lord have mercy money in your business account because you can borrow against it if you leave it in there long enough. Right? So I'm gonna give y'all another example. All your money from your job and your savings account money, right? You put it in your business account, and now you got cash flow in your business, right? Now you're gonna get credit against that. Right? Y'all got me?
Yes, sir. Gas.
Too much gas.
That was a nugget right there.
Y'all too quiet, man. You got gas.
That was good.
Get
All right, so
I get that.
the business funding sequence works the same way as personal funding if you are personally guaranteeing it. And I'm gonna go to that last, but I'm gonna show y'all that last, right? I'm gonna show y'all this website where y'all can check out these banks and do y'all research and kind of be like, wow, I'm like, dang, I didn't know that. You feel me? Go to the next slide, Jay. All right, go to the PDF.
Oh, up to the
So this is where I'm gonna give y'all the slide. We're gonna slide on to the
We
side.
got it. We got it.
Yeah, we got you. We got you. So here we go.
Go ahead, Jada. Go ahead. Tagging her in.
These are the business banks. These are banks that you can get business money from. I also got on there how it reports. If it reports to the business side. So I got it if it reports to your personal and if it reports to the business. So if you get certain credit cards, it helps you build your business profile. Some of the credit cards you get, it might not do nothing for it, but it don't show on your personal side. And some you get, it might show on your personal side and your business side. So I just got it itemized for y'all so y'all will know what banks that you can go to and how they report to your profile. So you can get the outcome that you want, right?
Too much gas.
Yeah, I'm giving it. It's a lot of them too. I ain't just give y'all a little bit. Slow down on the data. We'll make sure I'm explaining a little bit. Yeah, we just next slide. That's good.
I'm inspired.
Me too.
Read some of it. Make sure y'all take a screenshot. I got notes on them, so y'all will know before y'all even apply for them what they
Can you
expect.
scroll up a little bit, Jay? I think it was one at the bottom. No, I mean the other way.
Oh.
Down, I mean, sorry.
How we doing on time, Jay?
I showed on the
I'm good. I'm doing good. We
Alright.
almost get the end of this now. You know what I'm saying? That's good.
Okay.
Got 2 more pages.
We got it.
Yeah, we got it.
We gotta move.
Shit,
Here we
man.
go. I'm gonna let y'all get them last 3. Alright, we moving.
Okay, yeah. So,
We good.
I got like a couple of more slides that just for y'all can so y'all can screenshot, and then we're gonna go over some stuff at the end. But before we get out of this, I want to show y'all something. So we're gonna go to.
We didn't get to that last page, is it?
Okay, now go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm rushing y'all through it. Let me let y'all get there. You know, look, Sam's Club, no hard pull, no PG, Experion Telescope, no hard pull, no PG.
Let's go.
No.
Everybody good?
Yes.
That's it.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And so my list always updates because I'm finna give y'all information on how to find all the banks, but understanding what they do and how they do it, that's something I'm constantly doing, you know. So, all right. So the last thing I'm gonna show y'all on this website, I wanted to show y'all this bank website that I found out that is very interesting. So this website is called ibank.net.com, right? And if we go over here and click on the beginning, it has a lot of different things, right? So we say they got lending institutions, holding companies, banks, Federal Reserve, Federal Savings Banks, credit unions. So we'll click on banks. JP Morgan. Look at their deposits, look at their assets. they got, what is that? 2.4 billion, 3.2 in assets.
Oh, wow.
So let's click on them a little bit more. Boom.
It's like Yahoo
How they
Finance.
open them up, what year they started, OCC. I'll get some more information. Look at this. This is what I like to see. I like to see this. Net charge-offs. How much people ain't paying. You know,
Do they can
loans
write
they
that
give
off?
out to credit cards. So look, this is what we like to see. They done gave out 156,638,000 in credit cards. Commercial loan, everything. The ratio, leverage, everything. The whole scope. We're gonna go back a little bit further. Credit card banks.
What?
Credit card banks. You got Amex at number 1. They got 555 million in assets. They the biggest. And who giving out the bread and credit cards? Okay. Look at that. Look what they got going on. So I just be interested in seeing what they're doing with the money. Are they using the money wisely? Where's the money going? Do they got insurance policies? Or I use it to see where I need to put my money in? If the bank is healthy, whatever they investing in, I need to be investing in too. Right? So I like to dig in behind the scenes, and then I want to see if they're going to run off with my bag, because they over leveraged, just like SVB. Let's see. And the thing I like about this, and this is the last thing I gotta show y'all about this one, because y'all can just have a ball with this. we can go to the state we in, right? So who ain't from here? Where you from?
Louisiana.
So let's go to Louisiana, right?
318.
I just gonna click on your state. You want to check out a bank or the credit unions? We got 100 banks where you stay in that state. We got 153 credit unions. That's interesting. They got more credit unions than banks.
Wow.
I ain't even know.
They got Federal Savings Association. They only got 11. If you click on, let's see what banks they got down there. The biggest, whoever this is. All right, so this is what's interesting to me. They only got 7.8 million in deposits and 9.63 million in assets.
The biggest bank in Louisiana?
The biggest bank in the, they ain't even hitting the billion.
They
So what
ain't
is
in
that?
10, they ain't in 10 million. They ain't in 20 piece.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
So this is some more game for y'all. Small banks give out big money to us. Big banks give out small money to us, right? You know why? Because they got to grow, right? So the more deposits they get, the more they can lend out. The more assets, that means the more assets they can have. That's what they want you to put deposits. They need more people coming and put money in their bank so they can lend it out 10 times. Okay, that's enough on that.
What's
I
next?
got it.
Again.
It's ibanknet.com.
Can you find like some of the same things on like Yahoo Finance? So just only on this.
Yeah, you can. You can find it, you know, wherever you Google it at. I just know this was a good resource for people, especially who's on this live, if they're wondering what's going on in their bank and how to look at the bank and see if they're giving out money. That's what I'm looking for. Who got the bread? Who giving out the bread right now? How much money they done lend out this year? How many assets? Are they over leveraged? They got way more debt than they got in deposits? They probably ain't giving no money out right now. So I'm trying to get the money, man.
The home bank probably ain't giving out money right now.
Hmm?
The home bank probably ain't giving out money right now.
Probably not.
Because of the assets and debt.
Well, they got more assets than deposits.
Oh, wait.
So they might not, but I would dig deeper into it. That's just what I saw. I would want to see how much debt they got, how many people are defaulting on loans.
Not
you
the
know what I'm
first
saying?
one, the third one.
Some banks that got 500,000 in them joints.
Yeah, they can be bought out.
Yeah, so that community first bank at the bottom.
Hey, it's so much stuff about banks that y'all should know, man. It's like being on the board of a bank, and being on the board of a bank allows you to get on other boards on other banks. Now you the plug at the bank, the little bank.
Wow.
Man, Jay. So my question is, okay, so I just told y'all how to get, I just told everybody how to get 90,000 in funding, right? Just on the personal side, right? How many people is in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got about 10 people in here, right? So we just say we round it up to that's $1 million
That's a
apiece.
million.
How many banks can we buy? Well, if all of us put our credit together.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
How much money did you spend?
They go buy a bank.
Come on, that's the goal. The goal is, listen, the bank don't make money off of houses. They don't make money off of they don't make money off of houses or cars.
Yeah, group
They
account.
only can buy and sell money. They can't profit off of your house. They cannot profit off of your car. If you foreclose or default on that, they can get they'll shut the bank down. And you can Google it and look it up. They can only buy and sell money. That's the only thing they can do. So anytime, and Jay might can attest to this, if you go to the auction, the auctioneer make all the bread. Cause the bank, they gotta just get it off they gotta get it off because it's on their records. It's bad debt. And they can't profit off of it. You know what I'm saying? So good things just to know. All right, so we can go back to the slide. I'm almost finished. I got 7 minutes. We're doing
Appreciate
really
you.
good.
Appreciate you.
On time. That was perfect timing. I got another resource for y'all. Oh yeah, here we go. It's gonna do us dirty. You gotta refresh it. We'll just refresh it.
Okay.
Yeah, I see what's going on now. I see what's going on.
It's not letting us be great.
Well,
We're already great.
It's crazy.
Let me get over there. They're doing just fine out over there. Look, come on. Yeah.
Yeah, I just tried to refresh this. It's
For real. Yeah, they changed it.
We can swap the internet out if we need to.
What do you call it? Napster.
Want to try another one on the internet?
Yeah, click it.
Yeah, I need to get to these last little 3 slides because I got some real information I want to leave y'all with at the end. Nothing too heavy. I just kind of want to put it all together and have y'all look at it from a perspective of what I'm really saying to y'all.
See co-working. I mean, truck was
Yeah,
working
no.
before. We can try it.
Well, production. I think that was another one she said.
Do we have a
We can
password?
do a hotspot? Yeah.
That's it. I ain't got that.
It might be good now if you go back to it.
Yeah, what were we at the first time?
LC truck, we at the top.
We
Truck,
can do-
co-working, or offices.
Let's see. I'm time ready for dinner. Who treating me? That's all I want to know. Who treating me? I done brought you all this good game in here. Who treating us? If we got him for dinner tonight, and his wife, all y'all horrible.
We'll take you. We'll take you. Yeah.
It's a good time spot.
I got it tonight.
Yeah, we'll
If
take
we
you.
sold all this seed into y'all, we got him for dinner, y'all horrible. Y'all horrible.
Only if we going in on the bank.
Try offices
All right.
again.
All right. This is it. This is the play. It's the play right here.
Yes, sir. Got it. Crazy. Matt, we want to use your hotspot.
It's connected.
Okay.
Yes.
Now refresh.
Nah,
It should go.
refresh.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Go.
Financial literacy. Back to the game.
Back to the end.
Yeah.
Back to the gas.
Back to the gas.
All the way to the end. 60 slides. The bottom of this joint.
Big ass.
My man came 60 slides deep on y'all.
Yeah, I wasn't playing, man. All right, so right there, click on that one.
This one?
One up on it.
What do you think?
This way. So these are some more websites. Let me go to slideshow.
We still going. Bless you.
Yeah.
Bless you.
I'm telling y'all ain't gonna leave here without having a whole lot of stuff to go with. You know what I'm saying? All right, so take a screenshot of this. These are sites that give you all the pertinent information on credit cards and loans, specifically credit cards. I am the credit card guy. You hear me? I'm saying it for a reason. FICO forums, that's a really good one. So the whistleblower is what makes this powerful because it's a lot of people all over the country that really take this serious and they want to hack the algorithm and they want to share it with everybody. So you go to these forums like on FICO forums, Dr. Credit, Reddit.com, Status Matcher. Just check it out. This is where you find all of your laws at as far as when getting your credit repaired and understanding what could be incorrect or what they might be doing illegally on your credit report. And I got ibank.net for y'all at the end. Okay, we go to the next slide. All right, so boom. I want to stand up. I want to read this to y'all. And I want to say this for a reason. Final tips. Make sure you know what you want to do with the money before you get it, especially loans. Don't be late. One late payment ruins your relationship for funding at the bank forever.
Late payment.
That's right. You're in the database forever being late. Forever. Deposit as much money as often as you can into your business account. Get multiple corporations. The more you have, the more funding you can get. Most importantly, put your family and friends on.
Group economics. We all finna get the bank.
Economics. Right? All right, and the last thing,
Hold on, before we go there, I want to just drive something home for you. I want to underscore something. When you put as much as you can in your bank account, your business bank account, that's what King E said earlier, is cash flow. The more cash that enters your bank account is more cash flow. The healthier your business looks, the more you can leverage against that monthly, quarterly, annual business cash flow. Next point he made, when you have multiple corporations or multiple companies, and you put in much as you can in those business accounts, even if one business is buying something from another business, that's more cash flow for each of those entities and businesses. And to my earlier point, when I first started, my little J. Morrison rant in the beginning, if you put your family and your friends on, and they all got corporations, and they all got follow the same principles, and maybe your mom is buying something from your other corporation, but then you buy something from your dad's corporation, but that business money is going to his cash flow, to that bank, to that cash flow, to that bank, to that cash flow. All the businesses, all the companies, all the people, all that is getting healthier and healthier. More funding, more group economics. So I wanted to make sure that was underscored.
That's a good segue to the last part. Credit to cash flow.
Already.
So the next course I might teach if Jay want me to teach it. I really been off the scene. The only reason I'm out is because Jay was like, man, come on now. So the next thing I'm gonna teach y'all is the next level to all of that information. If people want interested in doing it, we'll figure out in the next couple of days if we're gonna do it. But it will be learning how to never spend your own money again. That's like making 100K off rewards. Buying assets with credit cards. Leveraging debt, amortization, fast cash flow. Group economics with credit, sell your credit cards. And that's just a little bit. So y'all know if I did that, and I just, by the time it's time to do it, it's gonna be even more, it's gonna blow your mind. You know what I'm saying? That like this is just, but other than that, man, I appreciate
Hold on.
You gotta get right.
Listen, y'all, live stream and everybody in the building. Seriously, no, King E not gonna talk tonight. Text this number so you're in our database, and we're gonna let you all know about what we plan to do next. Because there's so much more layers to this. So we'll let you know about, we're gonna do this credit to cash flow class, boot camp. I'm gonna try to convince him to come out the house and do some coaching or mentorship for those who are really serious and want the fast track. All this y'all welcome to do on your own. These lives gonna explode by the morning. But you're all welcome to do this on your own. But if you want his or our assistance, and what we plan to do is what we already been doing. We're all sitting in the building right now that was developed and purchased through group economics. And what he and I came together and realized is that if we can help the group have more economics, we can have more group economics. So the wealthier and healthier we give you all, especially if we all operate from the same energy and the same spirit of sow seed, nurture seed, reap harvest, that harvest of fruit creates more seeds. And we reap back into each other. Our thing is, we ain't with the take energy, which is why this class was very inexpensive. This is a $3,000 to $5,000 master class. We know this all day, every day. It's easy a rack to be in this room right now. Easy to get this level of information. Because that $1,000 you would have spent to be in this room, or $5,000, you're gonna make back off any one of these plays. Times 5 or 10. The live, y'all got it for free. But that's the point where I'm saying, I'm being funny, I'm being serious, is that our community, because we're always trying to come up, we have a really dog-eat-dog mentality a lot of times. I'm gonna get mine, me mine. And I wanna just take, as opposed to, I wanna give. Cause I know the more, he came with 60 slides. He could have gave y'all half of that, y'all clap the same way. So what we know though is that the more we sow, the more we pour into other people, the more we gonna reap. So I want to just impart with y'all and y'all on live to get rid of that stingy, crab in the barrel, old Negro, whatever mentality. You should be wanting to give. You should be wanting to sow. Especially when somebody's sowing into you, because you know if I sow more, I'm only going to reap more. So you'll be selfish about it that way, but just have a heart of sowing. So we're going to figure out what we're going to do next. And our goal is to help all of you all build more wealth, be able to leverage these strategies legally, be able to grab more real estate assets with these strategies as a group, as individuals, with your family and all that. But we don't want you, what I wrote on my phone, I can't get my phone's right there, but I said something earlier today. that God put in my heart heavy, and where I'm at an elevation of my brand and just my calling in my life, is financial I said it in my corner class, for those of y'all were there, black power is not enough. Not only is black power not enough, financial literacy is not enough. If we make you financially literate and we help you all get money, but you're still broken mentally, still broken physically, now you have a bunch of broken people with a bigger bag, doing bigger broken things. Think about that. A bunch of rich broken people doing broken things and treating people brokenly. You can't put broken people in the fixed houses. So our goal here is to sow into you to help you get a bag, but it also help us heal as a people, so we can go stronger as a community and be a stronger group. So that's the essence and the spirit of which we're coming from. So text this number for everybody in the room, everybody on live. We'll text you back in the next 24, 40 hours, let you know the next opportunity, how we're gonna work from either credit repair, credit building, personal business funding, PG and non-PG business funding, private coaching, real estate opportunity, whatever that is, we're gonna figure that out. But the king came tonight and sowed major seed. So major seed, let's give it up for him one more time, please. Appreciate y'all, man. Hope you guys did really high. We'll encore all day at a Beyonce and Jay-Z concert. They ain't put down in our pocket yet. This man came in and gave y'all $1 trillion worth of game, man. You would get rich off this, go broke, and bounce back again off this.
For sure.
Same game.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
You got
Let me get me out, man. So appreciate y'all again, man. Love y'all. Again, we'll be back for some more classes. We're gonna figure that part out. Just tap in with us, hit the link, and we'll let y'all know where we gonna go.
Pressure.
Peace out, live.
So, like, what
Okay, I know we sharing.
You all right? You and I'm his classmate.
Which one? It's a lot of stuff.
Thank you.
I'm trying to get this power.
It's not really a question. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
See, I'm just like the whole first half. I would come out and take a picture.
For example, I got a house for $40,000.
For sure. You know what? I wasn't really thinking about it, but somebody asked last night in Treff Talk. I think everybody's that seems to be the solution for our own currency to combat what's going on with the currency.
So I'm trying to That's how another thing was, I see a lot of your wife videos and stuff like that. And me being 21 years old, I feel like a lot of young women don't have a lot of guidance besides what we see online. So I want to see if we can get some more of her and see if she can give a lot of young women my age more advice. It's like more mentoring. I don't know.
Yeah, that Big Sisters Anonymous stuff I'm telling you to do.